Testing mic. Hello and welcome to Season 3, Episode 8 of Fabrically Speaking Live. I'm your host, Clare Rowley, inventor of the Creative Feet line of sewing machine products. And today I'm going to be showing you some products that were invented by a friend of mine, Rosa from Applique. Hi, Lorinda and Sheila and Better Days, also known as Amy and Tina. I think I said all of you. Hi, Joanne. Hello, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful weekend and a glorious Valentine's Day. Hi, Veronica Savage. That's you were on last week, and I'm like, that's my junior high school friend's name. All right, so it looks like it's working on Facebook, and I think we got this down, right? You were all able to find it without any difficulty? 3 years in, we finally got it all situated. How many of you have done Patchwork Applique? Give me a hands up. Hello, Amber Roberts and Ann Dutton. Welcome. This is Fabrically Speaking Live, a weekly show that airs every Thursday at 2 Mountain Standard Time. That's 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And in order to know what time it is in your area so you don't miss out, well, if you subscribe or like our Facebook page and follow it if you're watching on Facebook, or if you go to our YouTube channel, hit subscribe and hit the bell and then have it do all notifications, then you won't miss out and you'll get a reminder on the video so that you don't miss it. Know that every week's all the episodes are immediately available on our YouTube channel and inside of the Creative Feet fan page on Facebook. Does this mean you have the Applique products in stock? Yes, it does. The only item that we are out of is are the large scissors. So if you've been waiting for the Applique products to come back in, because we just had a major surge on them, and the stabilizer, even though they said they were out of stock, they are getting it this week. So it should be, we still have some too. So we never officially ran out of that. So we're good to go, and I can show you some of this because I've been really wanting to explore not just the Applique products, but also kind of touch on how it can be utilized and combined with the Crossover 2 by Crafter's Edge with the fab dies, and also with the Satinedge Foot to show you different ways of stitching your turned under fabric edges, because you don't have to make it an invisible stitch. You can also make it different, like my Petite Machine Applique, which is an itty bitty tiny little zigzag stitch. I don't know how far I'll get, but I do know this. I do have somewhere to be after the show today, and it is 2 hours long. That's the goal every week. So I can't dilly-dally too much. This is the Crafter's Edge machine called the Crossover, and these are the dies. They're very thin. They don't hurt you, so you can have children help you cut fabric. This is a reason for using them, is that you can see through them to cut your fabric so that you can do what's called fussy cutting. And if you fussy cut all of your butterflies so that this is lined up the same way, then when you go to sew them together, you can create patterns where all the butterflies are lined up with each other. And when you get a die set like this from Crafter's Edge, they give you a bunch of different sizes is what I meant to say. And because of that, you could use the bigger piece, or the biggest one here, and do, where'd that fabric go? And also just cut out big designs. It doesn't have to be itty bitty little normal size hexies. You can make larger ones and make a quilt faster than doing it the other way. So how it works is you use 2 different die sets. You use the smaller one to cut out the stabilizer, And this is a unique stabilizer by Applique. So you'd use the smaller die on the stabilizer and the larger die on the fabric. And then we will turning under our shapes. After ironing it on, you bring the fabric over the edge, and that's how you get really nice smooth edges. And then you use our liquid-based glue to glue this down, and then you stitch around it using the Satinedge Foot, and you can really create a needle turn, also known as invisible applique, also known as patchwork applique, quilt or pillow. Or you can also utilize this type of technique on garments. I have done a lot of wearable art and also real high fashion, and I've incorporated the needle turn applique in designs on the garment, because then it looks as though the fabric is stitched into the actual garment. So it's not just for quilts. Have any of you ever used the Crafter's Edge type dies, or do you have a steel wool die, where steel rule die, not wool? And the steel rule dies are a block and you can't see through them, so it's really hard to fussy cut. And if you want to make a not a hexagon, but an octagon quilt, know that you can also use the octahoops to create patterns like this, and they're fussy cutting as well, because you can see through them. And in this case, you would cut the paper the size of the inside of the octahoop, and the fabric the outside of the octahoop, and that works out as well. So you've got, this is something I plan on teaching or doing something with, but today we're going to stick with hexes because it is the most common shape that everyone's doing. Hi, Tammy Fries, right? Or is it Frias? And Christina Roel, welcome. All right, gotta not talk too much. There's so much to teach you on this. So I'm going to show you the machine and how easy you can use it to cut lots of these hexes. You can stack and fold up your stabilizer. I'm not hearing myself. Testing mic. Testing mic. Hello? Do you guys hear me? If you hear me, do a thumbs up. I don't hear myself. Darn, why is it off?